What's up everybody, and welcome to what are in my opinion the top 5 sniper rifle mods for Fallout 4. So now, not all of these may be your traditional sniper rifles. Some of them are DMRs, or really just stuff that you could attach a scope to and shoot people far away. I'm compiling this list because I feel like the vanilla sniper situation in Fallout 4 is pretty lackluster. I typically like to play these types of games as a sniper character, being able to sit back and pick off enemies one at a time. My main two gripes with the vanilla system is there wasn't enough customizability and options. You really only had one sniper rifle and it was pretty lackluster, and on top of that, you really couldn't do that much damage. I felt like I would have a lot easier of a time using some of the different assault rifles or shotguns in the game as compared to a sniper rifle, which felt a little backwards to me. Hopefully some of the solutions presented on this list will fix those problems for you as they did for me, but with that, let's get right into it. So the first sniper on this list is the M82A3, the Barrett 50 cal. You've seen this in media, whether it be a Call of Duty game, a movie. This sniper rifle quickly became a fan favorite, and all around seems like a very good time. Firing a massive 50 caliber shot in Fallout 4, it's a good sniper rifle mod, but not a great one. The mod definitely gets down the feel and look of the weapon. It does have a very bulky and massive feel. You feel like you're lugging around something very large, and it takes up a big portion of your screen. With that being said, there's a reason it's in the number 5 spot. Although it looks and feels really good and does a lot of damage, the sound just isn't there. You don't get that massively loud sound that's like bang bang that makes you feel like you're firing a 50 cal bullet. It's a little bit quieted, and I feel like the mod author held back, fearing to piss some people off with it being too loud. There's also not a ton of customizability with this weapon. Particularly in the scopes department, you definitely have to sit far away, which obviously will be ideal for some people, but others like to have a medium range engagement distance. Considering this only has long scopes, you definitely have to back yourself up a little bit from that. With all that being said, this definitely is one of the better sniper mods out there, plus it's frankly a classic, so I'm sure a lot of you guys will download it simply because it is the Barrett 50 cal. So next up, we don't actually have a sniper rifle at all. We have an anti-tank rifle, the modular Simonov PTRS-41 anti-tank rifle. What this mod adds in is an anti-tank rifle from the World War II era. It fires a massive round that was, as you may have guessed, meant for taking down tanks. So in Fallout 4, it does a lot of damage. While the past mod didn't have a lot of customizability options, this mod has tons. You could really make this whatever you want as long as it's a sniper rifle. You have tons of different barrels, stocks, scopes, etc, etc. There is a lot to do with this mod, and you'll definitely feel a little bit overwhelmed at first, but I suppose that's a good option to have in the way of weapon mods. There are also a ton of different ammo options. You could fire depleted uranium rounds, tandem rounds, so it technically is firing 2 bullets at once. This mod really does have a lot of customizability. My main gripe with it is it's not super practical. You could start doing 1,000 damage per shot, which seems a little bit ridiculous in my eyes. It's not really hard to get to that level. If it was behind some, I don't know, maybe paywall, like having to buy really expensive ammo, which you do, but it's not super expensive, especially in the later game. You could one-shot 80% of enemies, and in this video, I'm taking on some pretty top-tier enemies. Like, those are the single highest level Brotherhood of Steel Knights you'll find in the game, and I'm one-shotting them. But if you just want a fun weapon to mess around with, this is definitely for you. The customizability options on this weapon blow all the other ones on this list out of the water, so for that reason, it is definitely a solid firearm, but it's definitely going to pack a serious punch. So the Spetsnaz Rifle. Although this does add in the Spetsnaz Rifle, technically it may not be the way you remember it from previous Fallout games, or really just previous games in general. Basically what this mod adds in is an AS Val, and then you could customize it to a lot of different things. If you don't know, an AS Val is actually a fully automatic weapon, but it does have a integrated silencer, and it's just a really cool type of gun. You should research it if you're into that type of thing. Meant to be more of a counter sniper than an actual sniper. In Fallout 4, you actually have a lot of options with this weapon platform. You can create either a short range SMG, an assault rifle for medium ranges, or a proper sniper rifle, but definitely not as long range as some of the other weapons on this list. I really like this type of customizability. It embraces the Fallout 4's weapon mod system to really make this gun your own. You could have 3 versions of this weapon that look and feel totally different, which is a very cool feature to have. There's nothing really wrong with this weapon. There's just one taste thing that made me put it in the number 3 spot over the number 4 spot, which I'll go over when we get to the next one. Definitely a cool weapon mod, and very different as compared to the others on this list. For one, you can make it fully automatic, and it's practical. the MK14 EBR. So this is one of the first sniper mods we actually got in Fallout 4, being released way back when in February. For a lot of people, this quickly became their answer to the sniper problem in Fallout 4 and has remained so since then. The weapon looks and feels amazing. There are a lot of customizability options on this. You have tons of different scopes, and the one thing I was talking about earlier, the reason I put this in the runner-up spot over the Spetsnaz Rifle is this uses see-through scopes, which I really like. Basically, you won't have that black screen as you zoom in. You'll just zoom in like a regular normal scope in real life or other games. I really like the addition of all the mods, so you have mod 0, 1, and 2, which are obviously real life things, and I like how they're implemented into this weapon. They're relatively simple changes, but I do like their addition. You can definitely also change this into the gun you want it to be. There are different barrel lengths, obviously there's different stocks, different magazines, and you can make this semi or fully automatic, but not in a ridiculous way. Even the fully automatic version of this weapon didn't feel overpowered or broken, and the recoil you get from it is absolutely ridiculous. There's also a really nice feature that the mod author added, allowing you to change the damage and the recoil. So maybe you just don't like how much damage this weapon's doing. Well, you could boost it a little bit if you wanted to do more. Same thing with the recoil, except you could reduce the recoil. Maybe you wanted a little bit of an easier mode with this gun, well, you can make it however you see fit. There's nothing wrong with this weapon, I just think the one above it was slightly better for various reasons that we'll go over now. Last but not least, we have the DKS 501 sniper rifle. This is the sniper rifle from previous Fallout games being added in to Fallout 4. So why do I think this is the best sniper rifle mod out there right now? Well, a number of reasons. First and foremost, the look and feel of this weapon is amazing. It sounds great and looks absolutely stunning. This also, I think, has the perfect amount of customizability options. It's not as overwhelming as the Simonov PTRS-41, but not as lacking as the M82A3. You could really change this weapon from a long-range sniper rifle to a DMR to even kind of some weird shotgun mashup if you put on a sawed-off barrel. This also does have a ton of different scope options, which obviously for sniper rifle mods are pretty essential, as well as some armor piercing or non-armor piercing rounds. There are a bunch of different caliber conversions, so you could use some lower damage rounds that you probably have more of, or some 50 cal rounds, which are going to do the most damage but are a little bit harder to find. All around, I think this is a gun that feels like it belongs in the vanilla game. When you're using it, you really have no idea that it didn't come with Fallout 4, and for that reason, it gets the top spot. That's pretty much it for this one, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, I do ask you to consider subscribing so you can check out some of my future content. But with all that being said, I hope to see you all next time. Later.